Hello everybody, welcome to NormanCamera. In this video, we are going to be talking about the EOS R. So in this situation, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the positive things about the camera, while I'm going to be speaking about some of the negative aspects of the camera, or what most people think. Yeah, so it's going to go back and forth kind of like this, and we're just going to be talking about the user experience, how we have experienced the camera. And I am just going to try to give the EOS R its best fight in this situation, and hopefully you'll see all the positive things about the camera instead of all the negative things like what the media is saying. Very true. So to start out, I wanted to just start with the body. Don't you think that the body just feels good? This is like the most solid feeling Canon camera that I've ever held in my life. Yeah, I mean, like most mirrorless cameras nowadays, it just feels like a rock. Yeah. But it's most designed. I mean, and that's true. Other cameras do have solid feeling bodies. So one of the things about this camera that I really like is that it has a flip out screen. No other mirrorless full frame camera has a flip out screen, and this is great for making videos, vlogs, and whatnot. I'm using a flipped out screen right now on a 6D Mark II. The other thing is this has excellent video footage. Yeah, it does not have 4K. It has cropped 4K, but that's not an issue for most people. For most people, they're just looking for the extra resolution to crop into it. But what about 4K screens and whatnot? Well, not everybody uses a 4K screen, but I would still like to use that. I just feel like 1080p is still good video quality, and most people aren't going to notice the difference between 4K and 1080p. Maybe. So, moving on from video quality, you can hook up a mic to this camera. You can hook up headphones. Previously, the 80D was the only DSLR or SLR camera that you could hook up headphones to on a Canon camera. Yeah. But now the EOS R, you can do it as well. You can also hook up a shutter. It has a USB-C port and an HDMI port. Now, I really do like the USB-C port because everything's moving over to USB-C, and I like it that it has a headphone jack. But one of the things that I don't really like is this touch bar thing. I barely use it, and then the SD card slot, only one card slot? What about 2 card slots for the professionals out there? Now, the SD card slot is an issue for a lot of people. You're right, but you can always continually switch your cards. You can make sure that you're backing up every so often, so then you're not losing that data. Nobody's gonna do that. And not a lot of people would. That's just kind of like the thing that you have to think about when you buy the EOS R. That's something that comes with it, that one SD card slot. But for a lot of people, one SD card slot is enough. For a lot of hobbyists, or a lot of people that are slightly professional, not really doing it full time. A lot of people that do weddings kind of rely on it. So one of the better things about it is it uses the same battery as its previous versions. So the 5D Mark IV, 6D Mark II, 70D, 80D uses the same LPE6. LPE6. The LPE6. There we go. It uses the same LPE6 battery, so if you have one of the previous cameras, you can just trade up. Now the lenses are gigantic. I've used the 24 to 105 mostly, but I also have the 50 1.2 available to me. Both of them are extra fast with focusing. This camera is super fast with focusing. It's never been an issue for me. Usually just a couple seconds. Just in general, super fast camera, great in low light situations, and this sensor is one of the best in the industry. It is a couple years old though. Yeah, but it's still one of the best in the industry, and they didn't need to upgrade it for this camera. I guess so. What do you think about that little square screen on the top there? Well, I think the display is nice. It's been seen on other cameras, and it's good in very bright situations like being outside in the middle of summer. You can see what your settings are without having to look down at the screen or put your eye into the socket. It's just kind of there and it's nice to have.
What do you use that touch bar thing for?
The touch bar, I didn't really use it too much. I set it to ISO for one time and then I set it to autofocus settings, which I never even used. But I just feel like it's a little slow at the moment and it could definitely be upgraded.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how I feel. What about this thing? The ring. How do you feel about this thing?
I use this for aperture mode.
I use it.
It just feels like an older lens.
I use it for aperture as well, but ISO's nice on it too.
I mean, other than the body, the experience that you get with this is going to be very similar to older Canon cameras. If you are a Canon shooter, it's going to be easier to transition into using the EOS R because you'll already know all the menu systems and it's just going to be easier that way.
Yeah, I started out on Canon.
And especially if you have EF lenses, you can use the RF to EF mount and it's going to be the exact same as using it on an EF mount.
So quick.
Just like, yes, virtually no difference. And that's what's amazing about it. With all those contact pins that are up in front there, it's really extremely fast and surprising the technology is getting this good and so quick. I am excited to see the next generation of this camera.
Absolutely, same here. The Mark II is going to be fantastic.
It's Canon's first mirrorless camera and we can only look forward to what they'll do in the future to maximize what this thing can do. And I hope and pray for uncropped 4K.
Same here. I mean, everybody is.
But for now, this is an amazing camera. If you're a professional or somebody that just wants to learn, then this is that good camera in the middle there. Something that's great for family portraits, something that will be fantastic for taking video, something that's like so well-rounded that you'll use it.
Especially with these lenses and just the Canon interface.
Well, that was our EOS R review. I mean, I'm Christian, the positive talker.
And I guess I'm Christian, the negative talker.
We'll fix that if we ever do this again. But thank you for watching this video.
If you haven't joined the NormanCamera family yet,
it's as easy as subscribing.
And we hope that we can see you in the next one.